So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So in the module 5, as we have completed the module 4, we have seen the women leadership in India, problems, prospects, and they have done one assignment on the qualities of a leader. So I will consolidate and I'll share with you people in the canvas. So in the unit 5, basically it starts with the organizing process. See, organizing is one of the important functions of the management. Dear students, if you are unable to see the screen or unable to listen my voice, immediately unmute yourself and please let me know. Why? Because I'll not be knowing whether because I shared the screen sometimes due to bandwidth problem, you can't observe the screen. So that's the reason why I'm telling you. Okay, is that okay for you? Hello.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So, see, before getting into the departmentation, organizing function is one of the important functions of the management because of the organization. More as a manager, what you have to do, how well you are going to manage and organize your team so that they can achieve the goals of the organization. See, without responsibility, see, by giving only the responsibility, it is not the thing where they can achieve that. So, responsibility, authority, both has to be given to the each and every individual. Then only effectively they can they can achieve the objectives of the organization. So that overview will be coming to know. So in the module 5, lesson 2 is the departmentation. See, department is the foundation of the organization structure itself. What do you mean by this departmentation? Departmentation is nothing but what we are doing is we are dividing the work into smaller units, and again we are regrouping all these smaller units into bigger units on the basis of similarity or on the basis of features. Simple thing, as the organization grows in size, the work is divided into units and subunits. Right? So, coming to certain popular definitions about the departmentation according to Coons O'Donnell, departmentation is defined as a distinct area, division, or branch of an enterprise over which a manager has authority for the performance of specified activities. Are you able to get the definition? Right? It is nothing but the departmentalization is nothing but the grouping of different jobs, processes, and the resources into logical units to perform certain organizational tasks. Another definition also says that departmentation means dividing a large and monolithic functional organization into smaller, flexible administrative units. See, when you are able to organize, why we need to organize so that we can monitor effectively, we can measure the performance, right? It becomes easy for administering the smaller unit. That's why the organization is made with so many departments, so many units, right? So getting into the depth of the departmentation, we have two types of departmentation. See, uh, I don't say that only two are there. See, sometimes certain companies, based on the process also, departmentation can be done. Based on the geographical location also can be done, right? But one thing, so here it is not that departmentation should be in this way, or there is a particular form. It depends on the type of the company, because there are some companies, right? There are some companies which are medium. There are some companies which are small, right? Medium, small scale. Sometimes you'll find uh, very small scale enterprise also. So what's happening here is, what's happening here, see, in the functional, why I am saying that these are the broad areas. I don't mean that only two types of departmentations are there. We are categorizing that into two broad forms. One is the functional departmentation and another one is the divisional departmentation. See, functional organization creates departments along activities or functions of the undertaking. I'm not saying functions means it's not planning, organizing, staffing, directing, not those functions, right? Not those functions. So here, what is that functions? Say, for example, grouping of activities on the basis of similarities of functions. Say, for example, marketing. All the marketing personnel, marketing activities, marketing related individuals are grouped and named as marketing department. See, the nature of the activities performed by the organization is different from one organization to another organization. Say, for example, for a trader, what is the major activity of a trader? What is the major activity of a trader? Like buying and selling will be there, borrowing and lending will. So, in the production oriented companies or in the trading oriented companies, you will find this kind of departments. Right? And another one, if you observe, especially in this functional departmentation, the grouping of jobs and resources within the company in such a way that the employees who perform the same or similar activities are in the same department. They belongs to one particular department and they will be in that department only. Like, it is very simple, logical, and widely accepted form of creating a department. That's why, if you observe most of the companies, departmentation is based on the functions. And sometimes these functional departments, they will be having sub departments. For example, if we take production department is there, under the production department you will find purchases department, planning department will be there, controlling department, manufacturing department, logistics department, sub departments. But all these departments are related to production. So production is a function of the organization. So based on the function, they have created a production department. So under that, we observe all these things. So if you observe on the screen, if you observe on the screen, this is the example for the functional department. It is not that it should be like this only. No. So what is happening here? The organization made the departments based on the type of the functions. That means they have grouped all the activities which are related to one particular function. Under that, we can observe the sub-departments, but the sub-departments are performing the same activity of that particular department. Say, for example, production. We have production control, we have manufacturing, we have purchasing. So, one second. Okay. So, when it comes to, have you gone through this? See here, what is happening here. Even if you observe in the finance department also, we have the sub departments like capital budgeting, current assets, budgets, say recruitment, placement, training, promotions. Under the personal, under the marketing, we have advertisement, sales, promotion, R&D. See here, recruitment comes under the personal fund department. But here in the recruitment, individuals will be performing only one particular activity. Their responsibility, their job, and their role will be in the nature of a similar activity, and those activities are continuous process for them. That is all about the functional departmentation. So moving to the merits of the functional department. See, functional departments are very simple, and they are created based on the logic, right? So that is the reason why we have the specialization. See, in most of the organization, especially in the functional areas, if we observe, the personnel or the employees are especially, they are expertised and they have a specialized skills in performing their duties. See, a finance individual can't perform a recruitment process in the HR department. So this is an example. That's the reason why this offers the benefits of the specialization. specialization, efficiency and speed. Efficiency and speed is another important aspect why this specialization is one of the important merit of the functional departmentation. Coordination. People working in one department are closely related, and sometimes they work collectively towards achievement of the goals of the department as well as the organization also. See, most of the times the departmental manager is accountable for certain functions performed by his own department. Being the department manager, he is liable for his own department. So when he is being given that role and responsibility, he ensures, that means the departmental manager ensures that everything is going on according to the guidelines, according to the rules, procedures, right? So if sometimes if workers are not able to, uh, if they are not able to carry out activities efficiently, so that the managers can train, the departmental managers can train so that employees can perform well and they can achieve the objectives of the department and simultaneously goals of the organization. See, for a manager, it becomes very easy to supervise all the departmental activities, because all these departmental activities has a unique set of functional skills. So it becomes easy for supervision. And it is, see, functional departments are suitable for stable organizations, right? Especially stable in the sense, their business is stable, and if their business is small, so they can at least have one or two functional departments, right? So those are the merits of the functional departmentation. So coming to the limitations, when it comes to the limitations and demerits of the functional departmentation, we have, see, uh, one thing is that in the process sometimes employees, they may lose the sight of the overall organizational goals, because always they are worried about the functional department objectives, right? And sometimes decisions made by the departments, heads for their respective departments, it may delay in decision making, right? See what happens here. If you observe here, suppose in the R&D they have taken a decision. If it wants to communicate to the department, hey, there is a lot of delay in the decision making. So what happens? Delay will be there in the decision making. So accountability, because see, when you are managing your own department and you are accountable for your own activities, and here coordination. See, sometimes uh, it becomes, I think you may observe in certain organizations, most of the times coordinate, because of the coordination, lack of coordination, performing certain functional activities becomes very difficult. And most of the times in the functional departments, you will observe this kind of lack of coordination. That's the reason why we consider it as a team. And it is this functional department is not suitable for dynamic organization because dynamic environment do not accept the functional activity. Because if you want to be competitive in the market, you need to keep on changing your procedure, sometimes functions, products, processes. So this kind of departmentation may not be useful for dynamic organizations. As organizations grow complex in terms of size and operations, say what happens when an organization is increasing their capacity, it becomes very difficult for the organization to manage. So in that case, this functional department is not a good idea. So coming to divisional departmentation, right? If you observe the difference function divisional. See, divisional departmentation, these structures are created on the basis of smaller divisions where each division has its own functional activities. Are you able to observe product A, B, product C? Product A is division, product B is division, product C is one division. Within that division, again, you have the departments like production, finance, accounting, R&D, and marketing. This kind of departmentation suited for the companies that produce multiple products. For example, ITC. ITC is not only manufacturing a single product, they are also manufacturing other products also. So they can have this kind of departmentation because what happens is especially we are grouping all the jobs and resources which are related to that product. And any company wants to diversify their product portfolio. Then this divisional department is for the organizations. So what are merits? Better performance. How it is going to be the what happens is if we observe one manager may not have skills to carry out operations for different product lines. Electric is different and intangible different. Suppose if you are the product manager, how do you understand about all these products? Very difficult. So you have a business or to say for example good idea electricians how to market how to market, how to do better improve the performance of my own division. Right? So firms operating in this dynamic environment are well suited for this divisional department because if change is there in the environment that can be easily incorporated into the division. That's why flexibility, fast decisions, quick making possible in this kind of departation. Okay, coordination. One second. Ashwini, so we were discussing about the merits, right? So when it comes to the merits, so quick decisions, coordination. It becomes easy for the manager to coordinate within the division. As a manager of a particular division, you have the control over your divisional activities, right? So, and also the responsibility, you are responsible for your division, and so the perform you can improve the performance, you can improve the profitability based on your division, and also efficiency. Say for example, the you can eliminate certain cost, you can eliminate certain unprofitable products so that you are improving the efficiency of your division. So these are the merits of the divisional departmentation. Demerits, when it comes to the demerits, coordination becomes very difficult when they focus or sometimes excessive focus on their own activities and departments without linking their performance with other departments. So coordination is required. Say product A, product B, product C. If they don't have the coordination with the product A and product B, then definitely say product A they don't compromise on the quality. Suppose if product B compromises on the quality, but it is manufactured by one particular company, definitely it will affect the brand of the organization. Definitely it affects the organization. That's why coordination is required. When it comes to expensive, what do you mean by this expensive? Because it is a not when it comes to the cost can be very high because every department, every division appoints the people of say if you observe product A, R&D is there, product B, R&D is there, product C, R&D is there. So division product A, what they'll do, they will also recruit the people for R&D. Even in the product B division also they recruit R&D. What is happening? So this divisional kind of departmentation is increasing the cost for the organization. And control, how this control is a demerit. If every product division works as an autonomous unit, and it tries to maximize its own profits without linking them with organizational needs, then it will be very difficult for top management to control the overall organizational activities. That's why it is as considered as a demerit. So it is not only, see, broadly I can say functional and divisional, but we have other departmentation like process departmentation is also there. That will be based on the uh, processes. Based on the customers, we can create the departments. Based on the geography, we can create the departmentation, right? So we have different kinds of departmentation, but it depends overall on the type of the organization. So once based on the organization structure, then only we can have, right? So 1 second.